our new show, Why Am I So Single?
I'm Toby, and this is Lucy.
Hi.
And we are the writers, and Lucy is the director.
I'm just going to share some numbers with you that we've been rehearsing. It's all very fresh, still work in progress, and including some exclusive stuff which we haven't shown anybody before outside of this room. It's very exciting. The first number we're going to show you is the opening number of the show. We're going to have a little sing through with our amazing company in a second. But to give you a bit of context, basically, one of the characters has come around to the other's house basically after a bad day to debrief on what the situation was, and that's what we find in these characters. Okay, so should we get the lovely costume on?
Okay, so I matched with this guy on Hinge.
Sorry, 1 second. Didn't we decide to underscore this?
Oh my god, yeah, you're so right. Sorry. Okay, so I matched with this guy on Hinge. We start chatting, and suddenly I'm like, oh shit, I recognise that company name. That's where the X works.
Just to confirm, this is the X.
Yeah, the X. So I'm like, ooh. But actually, I saved that for Bear's
Yeah, keep them hungry enough.
So I'm like, do I really want to go for a drink with someone who me, in fact, currently was sharing desk space with who only got away? And I'm like, yes, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, because what could possibly go wrong?
Well,
So it's like any other day.
so you're charming and you're great.
Yes, I'm hitting all my flaws, but strapping. Because it's going well, I'm thinking, what the hell? I'll ask about my ex. What's the worst thing that could happen?
No, don't tell me.
Yes, he's moving out to Paris with a girlfriend.
What?
So naturally I cried, my date was terrified, and said, let's be friends, but now I'm pretty sure he's blocked me. What sucks though is I know the ex is out there practicing closing. Meanwhile I'm sat here in your flat, back here with you, listening to me say, why am I so single? Why am I so alone? I'm so ready to mingle. I don't get it. Why am I so single? My bed's more better than the backyard of Kris Kringle.
I don't get it.
I just forget it, and I think I'm a decent catch. But every time I find a match, no matter what I do, I end up sitting here sinking my troubles in a drink, and your flat still thinking, why am I so single?
Okay, let's stop this moping and go out on the town.
No, I'm too sad and alone.
Come on, we'll paint it red, baby. Redder than your puppy eyes.
Great, thanks for that.
I know, right on cue. Let's go away together again on another writing retreat. Lash out the musical we've got today.
I'd love to, but I've actually got a really busy schedule of meetings to catch up with. Sorry, I won't be there.
It'll be so fun. Remember last time we got that little countryside Airbnb. I'd make you every Saturday night. And on the night the rainbow, sat with you and enjoyed all 5 feature films in the Twilight Saga. Jim showed his torso more and more and more, so quietly open grinder. But the apples in a bit, so I stayed to watch the kids. I went to bed and had my own happy ending. Kinda.
Wait, what?
Actually, wow, hearing that now makes it sound like I'm some rejected.
But no, that's me.
Yeah, because for that to be true, I would need to have had an actual boyfriend to jump me. Why am I so single? Why am I so ready to mingle? So ready. I don't get it. Why am I so single? They're single, getting tired, but I'm no Bengal. As a jungle captain.
Next we get it.
Shall we do it? Sure. I know I'm a fucking dead, but when I'm out there, thinking that no matter what I do, I end up sitting here sinking, me troubles in a drink, in me flat still thinking, why am I so single?
So we poured ourselves another glass, chatted more, but don't worry, we didn't lose our composure at all.
No, so nice.
You're so nice. Both of us are just so very nice and handsome. We are well read.
good at giving advice. We're sexually healthy and outwardly wealthy, so what the fucking hell is going on?
Get it? Why am I so single? I'm not getting played by the
Why am I so single? It's like a singing girl to share that moi, but I'm not bilingual. Not bilingual. Je ne comprends pas.
Pourquoi je suis so single?
This is why actually.
Good job! Oh my god, the next song! Okay, so the next song, it's very exciting to be doing this. The next song is fast forwarding, more towards the end of the show. This is a song that the characters sing when they have found an answer to the question, why am I so single? But they don't ask it.
Yeah, and it's actually an exclusive. Nobody outside of these walls has heard this song at all before. We really don't like it.
You and me thought that we were the reason that we could never find love.
All alone thought that we constantly were the ones who were messing it up.
Thought we were the one and only reason we're desperately lonely. How could we be so wrong if we didn't see what's between us to both of us now?
Can't believe we didn't see the sign.
It will be so plain to see we shouldn't know we're still alone because men are trash. Let's go work in the bin. The only rational is in the bin. If men are trash, if I could get some, confess I'm better off than on the gas. So why am I so single? Oh, 'cause men are trash.
Oh, say that dum dum dum.
Men are trash.
Oh, say that dum dum dum.
Men are trash.
Oh, say that dum dum dum.
Men are trash.
Oh, say that dum dum dum.
Okay, so the next song that we're going to share with you is called Just In Case, and it's going to be sung for us by the amazing Lisa Tabby over there, who plays Nancy, and basically this song, a bit of context, is that she's kind of trying to explain to Oliver and to herself, and to everyone really, why it is that she's sort of like, or she's trying to figure out why she can't like get over this ex that she's been thinking about for like far too long.
I know it sounds insane. I know when I add it all up, can't begin to explain. I know it doesn't make sense. Trust me, I know that on paper it's all in my head. Yeah, I make no pretense. When I think about you, just you, and there's nothing I can do, wish it wasn't true, all I see is you, and no matter what I tell myself, lies I try to sell myself, 'cause I know that like middle of the night, if you said alright, pack your bags and run away with me, well I wish that I'd just say no. I would abandon it all, drop everything at your call, leave everything, everyone for that scene I've wanted all along, where we walk off into the sunset, watching the end credits run, let everything, everyone fade away like every fatal song. I just my own. I hate myself for this song. I'm literally fine, don't know why I've missed you for so long. I force myself to forget, replace your full name with the X, so it's always crossed out every time that it's said. When I think about you, just you, and how in a year or two I might start anew with somebody who should be perfectly enough for me. I could be their love story, but if you arrived middle of the night and you said, alright, pack your bags and run away with me, wouldn't hesitate, I'd just go. I would abandon it all, drop everything at your call, leave everything, everyone for that scene and replace in my mind, where I find my hand back in your hands, find that it fits like before, and everything, everyone else that never did gets left behind. I would abandon it all. I would abandon it all. Anytime, anywhere, fuck it and go when you go. Hard as I stare at the screen on my phone, I won't see your face, just my own. I'll be waiting for that ringtone, staring at my face. No, it won't ring, but I'm waiting just in case. 'Cause I would abandon it all, drop everything at your call, leave everything, everyone for that scene I know I'll never see, where finally you make it okay. Say this time you won't let go. Say everything, everyone else meant nothing. It's always been me. I would abandon it all. I would abandon it all. Anytime, anywhere, fuck it and go when you go. Hard as I stare at the screen on my phone, I won't see your face, just my own.
A couple months ago or so, I was feeling super confident and sexy. And so, of course, I figured, hey, you know what? I'm just going to put myself out there and organise some dates. Not only maybe there are dates, and then there's stuff I've been getting up to. Friday night, I achieved a date in the dark with a boy from Tunisia. 6'3" words in the city, 4-inch up hoodie, we're pretty. He said, send me a 10, kinda late, but give me a bit more time to make sure I'm a fit. Have a shower, style my hair, spend an hour or two painting my nails and shaving my face, picking my hair, just in case. Hold my favourite Beyonce on, drink a glass of Sauvignon Blanc, I'm looking so glamorous. Feel alright, I text the boy, still up for tonight.
It's getting late,
Yeah.
and I can't wait.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually not feeling free next week instead.
Sure. She met up. Cause I might not have one day cancelled. But I'm feeling fine about it. So yeah, these things happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's no big deal.
I mean, sure, I wasted a bit of time shaving my legs. But never mind this one we later. I met the gallery curator. Gonna rip off the double dead and make his bed like Tracy, yeah. So we set a date. Wednesday at the tape. Then he cancelled what we said.
Let's do Saturday instead.
One Monday for getting ready. Perk up, wet shave, man, I'm headed. Pop my pimples, prick up my face. I'm around for a week, just in case. Get me nervous, people bang up. Then a pint of Cabernet Sauce.
Sorry, only just at home and charge my phone. Look, I've had an absolute night.
But I'm feeling fine about it. Took a risk today number 4. Been talking once it's not before. But I thought you might not dismiss me. Cause at least once he tried to kiss me. He said,
okay, sure, I'm on a rugby tour, and I've got time before my flight, so call me up later on tonight.
grab my router and came on my phone. In the international dial tone. Day number 5 and I'm excited. Feels like this time something's right. He didn't seem like the type to. Oh my god, no, oh, it's totally fine. Appendicitis is the worst. You get that thing out of the... Took a risk with him, but more. The corporate conscious not before. Dick, I'm saying, dick. Dick, now that this one's back in touch. See why I always sweat this much. Say so, meet me at the bar. You can't wait. Push me boarding for an hour. You can't see 2 years in the shower. You should ask him already in place. Don't want it Titanic, just in case. Both me boarding, both me raw. And relax me every floor. Come to it, I'll be fine on my own. As I close the bed, I'll be turned up in
Work kept me late, so sorry I went straight to the bar, but I'm a bit early, so no rush my way.
Are you sure? I mean, great, I'm heading down the door. Hey girl.
I'm on my way.
No, he's there. I'm going now. The second I hit the bar, I spot him from afar, and all my heart will go on. If I were real anywhere, I will have a child. This magic green hair is good to
I see something new in your hair.
someone
The show kind of came about because at the start of 2019, when we've been, as I said, talking about writing loads but not actually doing any of it, and then we went on this writing retreat in Connecticut. Narcissistically, it originally came from us really enjoying gossiping about our own dating lives, but then when we started thinking about, okay, what's the show and what's it about and why are we telling the story, it then became more about like, you know, less about specifically the experiences of dating, but more about like, you know, going through your 20s, having these friends around you that support you through all the ups and downs of the horrifying landscape of dating. So it was kind of like that kind of like friendship love that like infused just us wanting to talk about Peyton, I guess.
We as a collective are all really looking after each other so we can all do the very best work, and yeah, I don't think I've ever felt so safe in a rehearsal.
Oh my gosh, I'm turned up, it's like
Yeah.
all of
Just like a hug.
You wake up every day and I'm actually excited to come here, as exhausted as we are, because we're working our asses off.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to come to work every day.
That's I think that's created from obviously it's scary and a lot of pressure to debut this material, especially with it being by Toby and Lucy. There's so much pressure on that, but the reason why it's so warm and safe is because they give us so much license to play with what they've written, and so as much as it is like we have to put this across in a certain way, that they are allowing so much of us to bring ourselves as well. So that's why.
Like there are so many different themes throughout the show, and I feel like everyone can relate to something in some way. Because at the end of the day, if you experience something, it's worth being shared.
Yeah.
And I think there is so much of that in the show.
My experience doing this show for the workshop last year, not to be too cheesy, but it changed my life.
Yeah.
I wasn't fluid with my gender before then. I had only just started to experience that. So seeing the character of Oliver experiencing those things, I was able to be oh my gosh, that's something that makes my heart feel makes my heart feel really happy, and I was oh my god, that's an amazing thing to experience. So there is so much relatability, but that's a very specific thing. So if we have the specificities of what I'm feeling towards the character, I know that there's going to be so much more relatability in it.
I remember this kind of anxiety started coming in because we had just left uni 6, it was picked up by some lovely producers, and then it started doing a full production and going to London and everything, and we were spending a lot of time doing interviews much like this, and people were so you are both musical theatre writers, and you're no, we're musical theatre writers. We've written literally 8 songs. And I think that and this kind of I guess an almost a guilt of talking about how we're these writers, la 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 la, but then having we're wait, what else we got to show for it? It's just one show. It's not even 2 acts. And so I think we were and so I think that also for me was something that was it'd be so fun just actually do some writing and then.
I think it's also a thing where after 6 we felt such a pressure to write something else, and we were oh well, that didn't take us very long, so we'll just bash out 5 other ones immediately. And then it was kind of only when we went to this writing retreat and we were okay, we have to write this really important show about important things, and a day in we were should we just write a silly show that we actually want to write? And we were yeah, okay, let's do that. And that was so it kind of came up finding ourselves back to kind of the space we had for 6, which was just they took us in a room being what would make us laugh, what do we think, what would we like to see?
Even just I think even just being grateful for the people you have around you. Because at the end of the day, when the romanticness isn't there, the person you call are those, everyone has maybe that person that they call and they tell everything to, and I think it would be nice to go away and, for people to just say,
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you, and
Yeah.
I'm thankful for you,
Yeah.
and I think that is,
I always say that when we're asked this question, I always say to quote the writers, because Toby and Lucy said it right at the beginning and it stuck with me, that we hope people leave and text someone they love and tell them they love them.
Absolutely.
And I just think that runs through the whole thing.
I think it's joy is what a massive thing I hope they feel in their day if they maybe haven't felt any joy in that day, particularly or haven't felt as much as they wanted to, that they come to the theatre and they get the joy that they need out of this show, because I think that's what, at the end of it, with all of the emotional side of it as well, it's pure joy, which is really important right now as well.
How does it feel to be in a brand new musical and have the chance to debut a new show?
Ooh, go on!
It's really exciting. It's really scary. It's really, I feel every day we come in the room and we're sort of surprised by what we're discovering, what we're making, how tired we are. It's all there's lots of amazing discovery going on, and I think putting on anything new is a task. Putting on a musical in general is a task. Putting on a new musical is another big task. And putting on a new musical that's going straight to the West End.
So when we went on this writing retreat, there was this thing, actually what happened was, it was one of those ones where you can there are lots of other people on the writing retreat as well, and you go, and at the end of the day you can share a song, And we spent all day like gossiping and being like, this is going to be the show, like it's going to be about this thing. We went and we were like, well, we don't have to share, there's no pressure. Every single other person obviously wrote an amazing song that day. We were like, oh god. And then we went back to our little like house and like wrote just like in one sitting actually the song that is now the final song of the show. And like unlike with Six, which kind of like bashed out like the sort of first draft of it is quite similar to how it sort of endures. Like this is a show that's really like developed in so many different ways, and our writing process has changed through it in so many different. Each song has been written in different ways and rewritten, and like the structure has been like it's been such a like ridiculous back and forth, like you know, like a sort of like wild process. But it's really funny that that final song, I think, is like the only one that has like remained exactly the same lyrically and musically like throughout the whole time, because it kind of felt like this outpouring of what we were trying to say. And yeah, and then from there it's been like, we basically like did 2 weeks on it, and we had like the beginning song and the end song, and then we didn't work on it for 6 months because we were like doing Six somewhere, and then we like had a week and like wrote another song, and then had another experience which I can't tell you about, but is now have made it into the show. It was like on another writing tree that this thing happened, which is the actual finale. And then like, yes, it was kind of like here and there, we would like have these little pockets of time to write, and then we basically sat down, we did like 2021, and we were like, okay, let's bash out like a draft of all the songs. And then we kind of, yeah, had to sort of like write the scenes and restructure the songs, and like there's some songs we've had to rewrite like upwards of like 30 times, which has been wild. Yeah, so it's kind of been a process of rewriting really more than anything else.
Yeah, which is, to be fair, still going on.
Yeah.
Happening this evening.
Yeah, literally after this.
Tomorrow evening, so yeah.
Do you know what? I just really trust our team. Like, we're just working with such an amazing group of designers and creatives and actors that I'm actually just really excited for everyone to see it.
And there feels like a certain level, I've never experienced working with a director who also is the writer, so you're getting almost a double brain. It's such a strange experience, but it's so helpful, because if you're ever feeling unsure, or if you ever feel stuck, Lucy can go, well, I wrote it and this is what I need. So, do you know what I mean? It really helps to bridge the gap, but also they're not, what I think is also lovely about creating this new process is neither Toby, Lucy, Ellen, Joe, any of the team are like precious about it. If something isn't working or doesn't feel right, they are more than happy to go, well, why don't we try something, you know, everyone is so open, and that's actually a blessing in disguise, because it's not always like that.
As this is a new musical and you're originating roles, how have you found the process of developing your own characters?
Yeah, alright. To be able to put like your own stamp on something, I think that is like, you know, it doesn't happen very often, so to be able to get that opportunity is like, I feel like an actor's dream almost, you know what I mean?
And I think there's sometimes a confusion with sort of creating roles and being the first person to do something, where it feels like you're sort of creating the groundwork for other people in the future, which is actually not the case. You're creating something that comes from you, and that's what makes it special, is that everyone in the room is such an individual. So the role wouldn't work without that person's energy and essence and what they bring, and then if it happens, you know, like in a year's time when there's another cast, then they'll bring their energy and their essence. Like that's the groundwork that's been laid here.
There's like footprints of all of us on the show. Like you can watch the show and be like, oh, I remember I suggested that, or I remember I did that bit, or I remember that came from me like falling on the floor. Do you know what I mean? Like it would come from mistake, come from suggestion. Like there's footprints and like handprints of all of us all over the show, which is like the most amazing thing, because if it gets passed on and when it carries on for many, many years, because it's so successful, it will be able to watch that kind of progress, which is amazing.
Even with us, with like alternates and swings going on, like even they bring something completely different to each role. They're not like, you're not stepping into a character. It's like with like say Elphaba, like it's a completely, if you watch a different person in a leading role or in the ensemble, it's completely different.
And I don't feel like that's always the case with new musicals. It feels very unique to what we're doing here. But they want us to bring ourselves every time we come into, you know, step into a cover role or something.
There's a lot of like references to other things, because the two characters are musical theatre writers. Musical theatre is so much like a part of their life, and also talking about the musical that they have to write is also part of the show. And so like their love of musical theatre and their kind of like also like their anxieties about how it's something that they love, but also something that they have, like they're trying to write as well, is like part of the fabric of the show. And yes, I think like, you know, the musical theatre, it's like it's so much
at the foundation of what the show is kind of about, as well as dating.
Can you describe your ideal first date?
Just go and do it. There's mine. No?
I think I'd like a sort of like day at the beach kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
No, like go like Brighton Pier and go play.
Last game there.
That'd be nice. But first day. No, like the day at the beach, maybe in the arcade, we go and get like deep fried donuts. You know,
What's your thought? No, trying to take me on a
I actually love going to art galleries. I know that's like just so. No, but like we're just really abstract, like contemporary art. I love it.
Actually, it sparks really good conversation as well.
Yeah, and just chatting. I just love to chat. Just really
Cast of yappers.
Yeah, just yap. All day. Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, I think everyone always asks ideal first date or dream first date, and really the dream is to not be going on a first date.
Yeah.
To be in a healthy relationship.
Yeah. If it has to be done, I don't know, I think just going for a drink or something, or maybe or a coffee, maybe not, or just that sort of like meeting, set up, because I don't know, maybe an activity at a push, but a drink, I think, for me.
Yeah, I've also discovered self-dating this year, and that's great.
Yeah.
Just like taking yourself on a little date.
Do you know what?
Just taking yourself on like, I don't know, 10-day holiday to Greece. But I don't know, there is something really, that is like my ideal first date.
On your own?
Yeah, on my own. But I think that's a really good thing that is good. And also I think it's part of the show, it's like enjoying to love your own company. Like when you sort your stuff out, you have time to like be with yourself and be your own company, and that's a really special thing as well, so that when you meet someone it's even better.
Yes. And we always set on the title, Why Am I So Single, were there other draft titles?
Briefly, we were working with 6-2. Like number thing confusing, and but it's always been
So like the first thing that we.
title, finale. And the rest
No, we just
Like in a lovely way, like I can't wait for my friends to be like, oh no, that's me! Do you know what I mean? Like that feeling of being seen in both, in all the ways.
Yeah. No, literally, it's made me like actually go and speak to people personally in my life and be like, yeah, I actually don't want to talk to you anymore. You know, like genuinely, like the numbers, like you know. So that's just with us or with our little company. So that's only 20 people, and there's been other people that I've spoken to in the class that have done the same. That are like, actually, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
And they're all watching on TikTok now.
So yeah, I think like if it can do that in a room of 20 people, I cannot wait to see and to feel the impact it's going to have on 700, 800 every single night. It's
800 every single night.
And what have been some of the highs and lows of the rehearsal process?
I think the highs is literally coming in every day and being in this company. Like, truthfully, it is. I know we said it before, but like that is a high.
Yeah.
You don't get that often. It feels like such a safe space. So,
Yeah.
Another high is like when we're sort of discovering stuff. And we have one of the scenes today. We have a moment where we need something to happen, or we need a little funny thing, and we'll try 17 different options, and we go, is that stupid enough? Is it silly enough to go in? Great. And if it is, then it goes in. If it doesn't feel silly enough, we go, nah, we can do better. We can think of something dumber than that to go in. Because that's just brilliant. It's brilliant. It's so much fun to come into it saying like, just play and be silly, and it feels like we're being like kids, which is
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I actually don't think there are any lows of like genuinely I can think about. I think the general low is like the exhaustion, and actually what we give, like you are giving so much of yourself every day because we want to be here, because we want to make it the best version of the show that's possible. So we're all here like every day being like, I am like giving 100% my battery. I go home to my flatmate and I'm like this.
That's hello. We're all
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, I'm having a great time.
Our last question is, can you describe the show using 3 emojis?
This is when I forget what they are.
Oh, shame.
That one with the tongue, right?
Yeah.
The one that's like this.
Right, everyone demonstrate 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's when I'm the only one who did it. I don't know, wait,
What's they called? Oh, that like the water in the eyes, you know, it's like.
Oh yeah.
But it's like happy.
No, the smile, and then the tears.
Like I'm feeling, oh, I feel like.
And also, and then like the cringy face.
Yeah.
Because it's so, there's
That's
something
one.
obvious.
Yeah.
That was
That's me on the poster.
Yeah.
I would say, you know the lady in the red dress that's like this?
Yeah.
Because Ellen Kane.
Yeah. You just do like this constantly. You're just like.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
we've really made this like a
Yeah,
flamenco,
it's
like everything just becomes a bit this. I really that's right.
Cycle glasses.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 5.
So you've the little cherries, like the cherries I think is good because it's still cheeky. Oh sorry.
No, I think that makes
Sorry.
everything. We've got 2 lots of 3 modes there so far.
So,
Yeah, we did 2 times.
Great, I